All right, so I just finished a video where I promoted these mini tote bags. So if you guys want to watch that video, it talks about my son's reports that he likes to carry with him and stuff. But yeah, the video will explain everything. But I wanted to make another video because I wanted to talk about token boards. So hopefully I can make a good video for you guys. So token boards, I want to show you these that I made myself for my son, and hopefully one day if I know how to edit good enough or do those, like those, you know, those background green screens where you're talking, and or even like, you know what, I think because I just got Canva and I think I can do like a presentation. So if anything, I'll do a presentation to show you guys how I made these. But for this video, I just wanted to show you guys sorry, bud. Sorry. I wanted to show you guys what a token board is and how it helps my son. So this is his token board for school. I have this pouch back here that I attached with Velcro, and I had all of his little tokens, like what he works for. I should have probably printed some out, but this thing ripped. I think it ripped, or just, you know what, my son could, oh, you know what, it ripped and I taped it afterwards, but all of the little tokens ended up falling out. But so in here I keep all the tokens. So tokens are these things here, right? My son loves Batman, Lego Batman, well, any Batman of any series. So these are Velcroed. This is, it says here, I am working for, and this is what he'll end up earning if he gets all 5 tokens. So for school, so there's 5 days of the week, right? 5 school days. We don't have Saturday school for him. Every day that he walks into school with his BII, I guess preferably, and even sometimes, as long as he just walks in, but my son sometimes hesitates going into school, like at all. So I'm at the gate and I'm having a hard time with him walking in on his own. And so sometimes we struggle. He waits until the bell rings, everybody's leaving, and he's the only one that's not wanting to go inside. So I created this board. And so for every day that he walks in, like in a preferred way, okay, Benny, we're going to walk into school now with, you know, Miss, let's call her Miss R for privacy reasons. He began to, and hey, let's remember, you're working for this. I'm just going to put Kit Kat, but he likes to work for Lego, Hot Wheels, Batmobiles, but it's like some big ones. They sell them for like 20 bucks. So yes, every week, sometimes 25, every week sorry, bud, you gotta give me my space. Every week we have to purchase them if he gets all 5 tokens. And actually we always give him opportunities to get his tokens. I won't dare not allow him to get a token. Igual que los niños, cañón. Alright, so if he walks into school in a preferred way, once he crosses that gate and I don't have to kind of like physically get him in, I'll tell him, great job, bud. Here's a token. Wow, you did it. Awesome. You got yourself a token. We're that much closer to your preferred item that you wish to have access to. So I know that there are some BCs or BCBAs that probably would like the time to be shorter, right? 5 tokens seems like, oh, it could probably make them feel like, oh man, like, ugh, well, I'm kind of losing interest. 5 seems like a lot, really, an entire week. But these things can get pretty pricey. So I thought of just doing 3. And sometimes, honestly, I do. If he has 2 bad days, I'll let him with 3. I really will. If one day he didn't go in, like, in a preferred way, he still did school anyways, you know? So I'll say something like, okay, bud, you know, this time I really had to pick you up and drag you, and then we waited at the gate. They had to close the gate. I kind of hid somewhere where he can't see me, because once he doesn't see me, then he, you know, his whole attitude can change, and then he could start playing nice. He was not playing nice because I was there. So I'll hide, and I'll try to keep an eye on him to see if they're not mistreating him, because he's engaging in non-preferred behaviors. And that technically should not allow him to earn this token. But I don't have the heart to let that happen. First off, they teach us in ABA, like, we don't punish. We instead give verbal praise and for good behavior, for preferred behavior, and you know, prizes, because, and then we try to, like, if he went in anyways eventually, right? And let's say he really does not like school, which thank God he does, but at times the morning just is really, really rough on him. That's still a very big achievement, and it's something that I personally think should be rewarded. But of course, I'll keep it blank, right? That day he did not go in calmly. He did not see me put this in. I had to walk away with the token not having been presented as, like, you did it. And when I pick him up, I'll talk to him about it. And I'll tell him, hey, bud, we didn't get our token. We didn't go into school, you know, nicely. We need to be calm bodies, bud. You know, let's try again tomorrow. And hey, tomorrow let's try to get both tokens so that we could catch up. So if I were to say, oh, you failed, the agreement between us is you need to go into school properly 5 times, otherwise you don't get this. And you failed on Tuesday. Monday you went in, like, preferred behaviors. You went in nice bodies, everything was okay, but you did not go in with preferred behaviors on Tuesday. So all done. No, you lost your chance at your prize. Remember, it's not going to be a Kit Kat. I'm not going to reward him with one tiny Kit Kat for going into school properly all week. It has to be something very worth it for my son. That's my own, that I'm going to call that my opinion. But look up ABA strategies, speak to a BCBA, and chances are they're going to tell you the same thing. You're not going to go into school every single day with a preferred behavior for a Kit Kat. A Kit Kat, I'll buy it for him at a store when we go, and he has good behaviors just in those 3 hours that we're in the store. 3 hours, I know less. Yeah, it kind of feels like 3 hours actually. I don't know. So I'm just using this, like I said, because I lost other tokens. But if you do not give the child any chance at all to get to the token, if you say, that's it, Tuesday, you did not do good, I'm so sorry, bud, like, we're not going to get token because you did not do good, how do you expect them to go in Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday into school with preferred behaviors, right? Remember, I don't believe in punishing. Let me take that back. Okay. We'll talk about punishing probably in another video or after this, right? Because I don't want to lose my train of thought. I have been told I go off task and I start talking about something else. And yes, I know that I do. So when we're just talking about this, and we're talking about my son, and we're talking about how he goes into school, and we're talking about how it's supposed to be a preferred behavior rather than a challenging behavior or maladaptive behavior or non-preferred behavior, I have to give him opportunities to catch up. So then Wednesday I'll say, hey bud, remember what we're working for. Remember, you'll get this on Friday. And by this point, I've already ordered it. I have to make sure that I present this on Friday as promised. And there has been times where I forgot to order this thing that he chose Sunday night, and it does not end well. My word and my follow through game needs to be strong at all times. If he doesn't gain this Friday, how do you think he's gonna feel? Like, this is all one lie, and this is very important for my son. So Wednesday morning, then he goes in sometimes with a much more like, okay, I don't like, I'm gonna speak subjectively or objectively. Yes, I'm gonna just pretend that I know what my son's thinking, okay? This is just because I know my son. Okay, I don't like that I'm not seeing this here. And I should write Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, but I use this board for different things, right? But I'm going to try to create one where he has a visual of the days of the week. But he knows that, I think he knows we're on the third day. Well, I'll say we're on the third day of the week. This thing's empty. I will give you a chance to earn 2 today, 2 of them, and then you'll catch up. This visual to my son is important. Look at how ugly this looks on a Wednesday. And look at how beautiful this looks on a Wednesday afternoon when he gets home. Now you only need 2 more to get to this. Not this Kit Kat, remember. His very expensive at times preferred Hot Wheels. Batman. So my son, he loves visuals. I love visuals. I myself, when I see this on a Wednesday, I'm sad. I'm telling you the truth. My stomach feels sad. And then when I see this, I'm so happy. And I'm like, oh my God, bud, you did it. Yay, you did it. And I exaggerate a lot. I exaggerate on my praises. I don't do well with my personality on camera. My daughter told me, Mom, you don't think maybe you should try to show your true personality on camera, like your kindness? And I, because I know I keep being sad, I keep crying. That's actually also one of my personalities, right? But I'm very, very peppy and happy, and when I'm with the children, even my children, I'm very high-pitched. Oh my God, Penny, good job. Yay. Look, it's Wednesday, bud. It's Wednesday, and we already have 3 Batmans. Awesome. Oh my God, you're doing so good, bud. You're doing so good. I'm so happy. Sometimes, si me manda la chinflada. I'm not even going to lie. So then I'll change my tone, right? I'm just like, okay, pues, okay. Good job, bud. You did 3. It's Wednesday. We just need 2 more for Thursday and Friday. But sometimes he's like in a really happy mood, and we're both like all excited, and I'm so excited, and I'm like, oh man, bud, good job. Like that's really cool. That's really cool. We just need 2 more, and then we're all done. We're gonna get our prize, and it's gonna be waiting for you Friday when you get home. And Fridays are his greatest days, because on Fridays I also take my kids to our local gas station here in Southgate, and they love it, and we know our buddies there, and they're the greatest people ever, and we have so much fun. We have a good time. I talk to my friends that are the workers there, and I tell them how good Benny did, and they praise him, and it's awesome. It's a beautiful, high vibrational day that day. So yeah. So then Thursday comes. If we don't get this because he had 2 bad days, right? I'm just gonna, bad days that week, then Friday I still will give him an opportunity. And look how beautiful that looks. This visual to me is very important. I love seeing all the tokens. He loves seeing all the tokens. He loves seeing what he's working for. It's a reminder. And yeah, it's and I have a bunch of these different tokens of different high preferred items. So yeah, so that's that. So you guys might be wondering, what happens if he has an entire bad week? So me with my children, me with my clients, even, I don't let them fail. There's a lot of parents who, there's some tough parents. I'm not going to say tough, right? There's some parents who really feel in their hearts that, you know, the child is playing me. And yeah, that could be true. The child has learned that a teacher's not gonna let them not like fail. I'm not going to not give them an opportunity to earn these tokens some way, somehow. I don't take away tokens. Oh, you did that bad thing. You know what I mean? And I wonder sometimes, you know, this is the tough part. I'll eventually probably try. I know that there's programs out there where we can remove tokens, and then the child's going to see that the token has been removed. And to me personally, I kind of feel like that's like a shutdown. Punishment is pretty brutal to me. My dad did not allow like punishments much in our home, especially now with his grandkids. Like, so yeah, and as adults, like, are we adults punished for our maladaptive, challenging, non-preferred behaviors? Are we really? I don't feel like we are. A lot of people enable our behaviors. A lot of people learn to kind of forgive them. A lot of people maybe just kind of counter argue, and then we're stuck in a behavior trap. So am I really going to do that to a child under the spectrum? I've not done it yet. If I'm ever instructed to, I'll see how it goes. So you probably wonder, well, is there a point to any of this? Is there a point to any of this if you're just going to give the child the item anyways? Is it kind of the same thing as a neurotypical child who is a brat, you know, doesn't listen to mom, and then mom still buys the child their PlayStations or their PlayStation games? You know what I mean? Like, I have neurotypical children too. I'm parenting neurotypical children too. And my parenting style is like my father's. And shout out to my mom for having made it possible for us to have a healthy father. My mom made that happen with her constant holding down the household. So whenever you hear me talk about my father, just know that I had a strong, powerful mother making sure that she paved the road, carrying, pulling that truck filled with asphalt with her own two hands and walking it with her own 2 feet. So I just want to make that clear. But my father was able to have the, opportunity to be the one who was constantly teaching us. So, and he was healthy enough, to to do it with not much frustration on his back. And love was what helped us to be open to learn love. And I'm taking those same steps with my kids. It's challenging, right? We can't always be so loving, but I'm seeing that my children, if they make a mistake, a life mistake, right? They did not know better and they engaged in a non-preferred behavior. They're quick to own up to it. We have family talks, and we try to work it out. Sometimes I do say, look, at this very moment, I can't stop what I'm doing to help you with the situation. You're going to have to give me some time. But this, what you guys did, let's say siblings fighting, it's not cool for me. And while I'm going to get to the point of trying to think of a behavior plan for you guys to follow, you're going to have to stop your games. As of right now, no games, no TV, no anything, because it's just the initial story sounds to me like, no, I think you guys could have not have given in to those feelings and treated each other like that. So for now that I'm busy, let's say cooking in the kitchen, you're going to have to stop your devices. Think about what you guys did. Think about what you're going to come and tell me when I'm ready, and then we'll move forward. So that's punishing to me. I stopped the whole go to your room and turn everything off, and because I'm just letting out my feelings, my frustrations. And I learned that it doesn't get you to a healthy mental state. So now it's more like, hey, because you guys did something, you know what I mean? Like, you guys are both coming to me, telling me a different version of the story, but none of those sounded like you guys actually took the time to stop and think and work it out, like Full House style. Remember that 90s TV show Full House? And I know we can't be like that constantly, right? That's not real life. But did you guys try? Try. Like, it did not sound to me like anybody tried to, like, hey, and then I told him he was making me feel like this. I always tell them, tell your sibling you're making me feel like this. And if they continue to counter argue, they don't take your feelings into consideration, they lose. Chances are that they're going to lose, because I don't want anyone to react on based off strong feelings at the time. And I know that that's tough, but hey, if we practice and practice and practice, maybe we could kind of try to get there. So I'll tell my kids, turn everything off until I'm healthy enough to get to you guys. And that's the form of punishment, I guess, in this house. But they have the understanding that it's not really a punishment. Because then I'll explain to them, I was not punishing you. I needed time, and I'm not going to stop everything what I'm doing to get to you guys with situations like this unless it's a safety issue. So if it's a safety issue, stop me right away. They've been taught to, hey, mom, I really need you to stop. I really need you to come. this is a safety issue. Please come. But if they come with me with exaggerations like, I need you to come right now because I'm about to lose my streak. Oh, no. No, thank you. Not cool. We're not going to do that. Like, I'm not going to burn my food because you're going to lose your streak. And you're acting like, no. So, hey, what you guys got yourselves into, I need you guys to just cool yourselves down first, and then we'll talk. So, for our children with special needs, yes, they know, Teacher Cynthia, as you know, some of them call me. Yes, they know that I'm going to eventually give them what they're working for. And that to parents might not work, because the child has learned, like, Teacher Cynthia's cool. She won't really not. She's not going to walk out of here without giving me the opportunity to get, let's say, the cell phone. And does that work for parents? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Unless your follow-through game is strong, right? And this works only because my follow-through game has been very strong. Like, we need to get these tokens. If you didn't get them going into school properly, we're gonna have to work at home to get these Batmans. And on other follow-throughs, I think my son knows that there's a serious side of me that will follow through with not having, let's say, stopped at that store at that time and that outing that day. And then he had to work for that store possibly the next day. It's very rare, but with 1 or 2 times that a parent follows through, like, strongly, but with no form of, like, use, like, verbal abuse. You see, because of this, you're not getting that. Like, I don't do that. It's more like, hey, bud, it's not happening because you didn't earn it. Like, you didn't earn it. So it's not something that I'm taking away from you to punish you because of your challenging behaviors. It's like, hey, you're supposed to engage in preferred behavior so we could earn it. You see what I'm saying? So I don't know if I explained myself correctly. I hope I did. Sorry if I did not. I'll try my best. So that's this. I want to see preferred behaviors, and I'm not gonna overkill on what the, like, bar for preferred is. My preferred bar could be different from another parent. To me, go in angry, right? Because sometimes he's like pulling my hand out and huffing and puffing and like, and they're angry. And I say they're like my son, sometimes my nieces and nephews, some of my clients. I'm not gonna talk about my clients. Scratch that last one. For privacy reasons, I'm not gonna talk about my clients. But they're, my nieces and nephews and my son are angry, but they did it. Angry galore, son, but you did it. You let go of me, and you walked across that gate, across that line. So that to me is an accomplishment. You did it. You walked through. You get the token. Do I wish you could walk in all super kind with a smile on your face and greeting everyone a good morning and how's everybody doing? Sorry. Yeah, of course. I do kind of sort of wish that could happen only if you're feeling it, not if you're being forced to. But if it did not happen that way and with that kind of kindness, but you walked in anyways, that's a win for me, because I know that you're not feeling well that morning. It's school in, although you like it, as you know, you warm up to it after the morning, you know, everything could go good. I know that the morning you're just not feeling well, and your feelings are real to me. Your feelings are valid. I will always validate a child's feelings. I don't, a child under the spectrum, you know what I mean? Even my neurotypical children, if some of my children in the morning are like, Mom, I'm not feeling today. I don't know what it is. I don't feel like going to school. I'm like, don't worry, son. You need a mental break? Sure. You don't have to go to school today. You could hang out at home. You're going to have to probably clean a little bit more, and I'll for sure not allow you 6 hours of video games. But yeah, it's cool. You could stay home. Don't worry about it. So, because those are real feelings, are real to me, you know. Mental health is very important to me. Very important to me. So, same goes with our children with special needs. Their mental health is very important to me. Their feelings are real. Do they know what they're doing? Do an entire other video of that question, or those statements where people say they know what they're doing. I could talk about that in another video. I just wanted to share this token board with you, and I'll just go super briefly with this one too. This is another one that I did for my son. So we go to Home Depot a lot, right? Like I do a lot of construction work at home, and we're always at Home Depot. I had to collect data on my own son to see what was causing his challenging behaviors at Home Depot. Of course, I immediately, you know, could guess that it was that they cut wood all the way in the back, right? Because they cut wood for people in the back. And he doesn't like the saws. He doesn't like mine either. So whenever I'm gonna cut something, I'll give him a heads up, and I'll tell him, hey bud, I'm gonna cut this real quick. So he'll either leave or he'll just cover his ears. But yeah, at Home Depot, he did not like the cutting of the wood in the back. So we take his headphones, or we'll buy him some there. Or sometimes we don't take him to Home Depot, but he likes Home Depot. Like, after, so the data collection is because my son could change his mind at any time. Suddenly when we go to Home Depot, let's say, you know, dad's the only one going and I'm staying, and he knows dad's going to Home Depot, he'll say, I'm going. And so that's why data collection is very important, because I need to know now what he does like in Home Depot. And of course, visuals, right? You could see where your son starts to go. But to me, I just like to write stuff down because I need the visuals for myself. So you could just know that he, you know, he likes going to the garden area because he likes the garden area. He likes, you know, the flowers, or there's these big, huge lollipops that he started to like, or they have the refrigerators out there with glass bottled Cokes, or, you know, whatever. So so now, and then we set up, you know, just because of my training, we start to set up like, oh, okay, like, you know, if we go to Home Depot, we can get this, we can get that. So I created a token board. So I know that there's a Taco Bell next to the Home Depot right there in Southgate, and he likes Taco Bell. So with data collection, I remember I started to realize that what sections of Home Depot he gets nervous or has behaviors entering. and what kind of behaviors, and then what behaviors does he engage in when he's in like the garden area. What do I observe him grabbing the most? It started off with lollipops and the Coke bottles, and then it went to these hot fries that are at checkout. So he literally will go to Home Depot with us now to get a bag of these hot fries. We go to stores all the time and he doesn't get the hot fries anywhere else. And I don't know if they, now that I think about it, I mean, they have to, right? They have to sell them at the markets that we go to. We go to Stater Brothers a lot. But he likes the hot fries there. So he likes the hot fries, and then we started to tell him, hey, we started to use Taco Bell as a reinforcer. So these are his preferred items when we go to Home Depot. So I created these, right? I'll give him a heads up. Hey, bud, for every 15 minutes that you're, okay, I will give you a token. And if you get, it depends on how long we're going to be there. I try to not set him up for failure. So I won't be there for three or 4 hours. We'll try to all right, let's see. What do we need? I'll make a list of the stuff that we need. How many 2x4s? How fast does it take me to load up 20 of them? What length each? How long will it take me to go from the 8-footers to the 10s to the 12s? Do I need to go to the garden? If I do, what do I need from there? And so I'll try to set up a general time of how long it'll take me to be there so that I can inform my son. We're only going to be there, bud, for an hour. An hour is these, right? So, yeah, 15:30. So, for every 15 minutes, bud, we're going to get a token. And so I'll set a timer. And he's now entertained in watching the timer go. And when it rings 15 minutes, from what I observe, his observable behavior is he'll get excited. He'll jump up and say, yay, we did it. Let's get a token. And then there goes that token. I created this also. It has his favorite little Lego character named Emmett from the Lego movie. You can do it, Benny. Yes, I did all this extra stuff. Benny's Day in Home Depot. He loves this board. He loves this. So he loves, now that he has a token, and he's seeing the visual of, yay, Benny, we did it, good job. Now we're going to get some Taco Bell, and we're going to get your this thing. You're that much closer. He's going to get it anyways, right? But he's going to do something. Even if we do Go Noodle in Home Depot, bud, you're going to work. You know what I mean? For something. But it's going to be cool. It's going to be fun. It's not going to be I'm some kind of horrendous, do this or else. No. Everything is all we can do it, but come on, let's just try it. Da, da, da. Or, hey, bud, can you help mommy load 2 of these 2x4s? And he's like, okay, all pissed off, but he'll grab the end of the 2x4 and, good job, bud. All right, cool. Thank you so much. Oh my God, you helped us load the 2x4s. So that can earn him a token. And I was going to create some that don't have the little timer because he didn't wait for the timer. He just, as a matter of fact, I think these are taped. So I'm going to take some off, but I'll just throw in the token. So another 15 minutes passed by and, oh my God, Benny, you did it. Now you have 3. Now through repetitive, actions, now you got this, and anything extra, and sometimes I have it in my pockets. Oh, look at that. Now you got, wow, you filled the entire board. You get an extra treat, bud. So that's a lot of junk, right? I know I don't want to promote you guys giving your children junk, but I don't buy Taco Bell on a daily basis. I cook as much as I can. So it's a luxury for my kids to get it on the weekends. Sometimes during the week, I'm not even going to lie to you guys. I can't mentally. I can't even function. I can't cook, and we don't have our fridge stuffed with a whole bunch of microwavable stuff. Oh. Yeah, that happened. I'm not even gonna edit that. I'm just gonna upload the video. Is my family gonna laugh at me right now while they're watching this? Yes. Yes, they are. But it's all in good fun, right? So yeah. So that's the token board system in my house with my son. This is a token board system with my nieces and nephews, if they're ever under my care, and you know, I want them to. It's tough, right? Like we can't always just be on ABA game, right? Excuse me, sorry. But I try. I try. If I don't do this, if I just take him to Home Depot, we'll have not a good day. If I ran out of the house and I get to the parking lot and I see that I forgot his token board, my heart sinks, and I'm just like, dang. If I forgot his headphones, I've bought headphones at Home Depot, like the noise canceling ones. As a matter of fact, those were my favorite ones. But yeah, $30, like nothing, easy, $30. And so yeah, so there's days like that. Hopefully now with my new little bag, I can just, you know, I'll have them there in my car ready at all times. But sometimes we borrow my dad's truck, and that's where it's like, oh man, we forgot Benny's on the go everything. So I'll end this video. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. It took work to get to my son under, like, seeing like this is real. Day one, it probably is going to, you know, it's not gonna go smooth as day, you know, 5, but, or trial days 5, but for my son, this already will put him, hey Benny, we're gonna go to Home Depot, and if he sees me grab this, I personally feel that my son loves structure so much, like it makes him comfortable so much, and that attention that I give him, that it even, like, he's excited now. He's excited, like, okay, let's go to Home Depot. So it works for me, and I just wanted to share that to see if, you know, maybe it could work for you guys. So like I said, I'll try to do another. I use the Avery program to create these. If you guys want to just maybe look up a tutorial video on how to use Avery, I use Avery. I got these clipboards from Amazon in bulk. I just tape it on there. I don't, this thing is taped on there, but I think that they even have boards like at the 99. I know they're a little bit smaller. But yeah, I laminate everything myself. Velcro, I just get it at Amazon. These things, I get them online. I just look up free printable whatever. I add this extra stuff on the Avery program. I use the product number 3383, which is the sticker sheets. So it's just a blank paper. And yeah, cut everything myself. And my son now I started to teach Benny how to do this stuff too, because he loves laminating now. He loves cutting. He loves Velcroing. So one day I'll own something so that he can create token boards for families, you know. And so those are job opportunities that I want to give to, you know, my kids and you know, your kids. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. So just another reminder, the Revolution pens, the Revolution bags, That's that's merchandise that we're also selling. So 100% of the proceeds goes directly to the organization. And so you'll be supporting what I feel in my heart is a good cause. Hopefully, maybe one day I'll be able to have my own library and not just this little pop-up one with the money I get, because I do plan on owning also a library, to have families go and be comfortable, and we all of us in understanding, that it's a safe space for families with special needs. But yeah, I hope you guys like this video, and I will see you guys next video.